Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And welcome back, No Contact Army. Have you been a good little soldier or a bad little soldier? And if you too would like to join the No Contact Army, it's very easy. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. And if you would like an invite to Clubhouse, please send me a message. I have some invites. And check out the links below because I have a group, a room on Clubhouse where I will be answering questions about getting an ex back, and also be sure to follow me. And all the links are below the video. Today I want to talk about the 3 texts you should never, ever, ever respond to from your ex if you want them back. 90% of people are going to hear from their ex. Doesn't mean they want to get back together, but you will hear from them. So don't be surprised when you hear from them. You should actually be expecting to hear from them, but you have to be mentally and emotionally prepared beforehand so that you don't panic in the moment and screw up, because otherwise you're going to be kicking yourself like this woman is in this message that I'm about to read. They are going to contact you, most likely. Okay? So don't be surprised. Remember everything you've been taught and respond accordingly. So let me read this message and then I will tell you, of course, what the 3 texts are. So she says, I screwed up. My ex texted me and several hours later texted me again. Okay, so she ignored the first text. She did what she was supposed to, okay? So he texted her again, and this is not uncommon. If you don't respond, they will text again. And he said, aren't you going to talk to me? I replied, how are you? He never replied. She never heard from him again. What's with these games? It's not necessarily a game. I'm going to explain in a bit what happened here exactly. And before I tell you what the 3 texts are, I actually have another video you may have listened to, which is over 20 minutes long, which has dozens of texts your ex may send. But I want you to do this video because these 3 texts are crucial that you don't respond to. Okay, so the first one is, how are you? How have you been? Just want to see how you're doing. No, they don't. No, they don't. They just want to make sure that they still have access to you. They're wondering why you haven't tried to contact them. Maybe they need validation, an ego boost. They're momentarily missing you. They need attention. They're fishing for information. There could be so many reasons why they're just saying, how are you? So do not fall for it. And people are going to argue back with, well, I want to be polite. Well, was your ex polite when they kicked you out of their life? Was your ex polite when they didn't give you a reason for a breakup? Was your ex polite when they didn't try to work things out and instead just bailed? No. So what makes you think you have to be polite? Okay? Polite is not going to get you your ex back. So let's put that myth to rest. All right. The next text is, what happened to this lady? So you're not talking to me now. Aren't you going to talk to me? Again, some version thereof. And people think, oh, I better respond to this and let him know, yeah, I am talking to him, or I got to say something. Because those words, that phrase, it kind of baits you. It's like, oh, I got to respond to this. No, you do not. Your silence will let them know that you're not talking to them, okay? You don't need to respond to say, no, I'm not talking to you, or to prove that you are talking to them. You don't need to prove anything to them, okay? They need to prove to you. And what did they expect? They broke up with you, so they just want to make sure the door is still open. And when you respond, they know it's still open, so they don't feel they need to answer back, as happened in this message that I received. They just want to make sure they still have power over you, meaning that you're still interested and they can come back if they change their minds, or that they still have access to you if they need something. Which is why if you don't respond to how are you, and you don't respond to, oh, you're not talking to me now, they will try to guilt you into responding. But look at it this way. Which is worse? Breaking up with someone and not giving them a reason or trying to work things out, or not responding to a text? Well, obviously the breakup is worse. So don't let them guilt you into responding. You feel the need to respond because you doubt their interest level in you and you doubt your worth. But if you knew your worth, you wouldn't waste your time responding to insignificant texts. And obviously there is some level of interest on their part. Otherwise, they wouldn't have bothered to be upset that you didn't respond. So they are trying to coerce you into responding. Do not fall for it. And that takes us to step 3, which is actually not a text, but a phone call with no message. And they hope that you see that they called and that you'll get curious and call back. But since you've been listening to me and you've been a good little soldier, you don't fall for that anymore, right? So then they may escalate by calling over and over. And they are basically trying to coerce you, also in this situation, bully you into responding. And you'll see that they keep calling. And so you figure, oh my God, there's something wrong. There must be some sort of emergency. And so of course you have to answer back. Wrong. If it was truly urgent, they would have left a message. That's how you know it's not urgent, because they did not leave a message. But what is urgent is that they feel like you're getting away from them. Now, they may not want you romantically, but they still want to have access to you. So when you disappear and don't respond to insignificant messages and don't pick up their call, they freak out. And this happened to a friend of mine. He knew he was not supposed to pick up the phone. And because she kept calling and calling and calling 5, 6, 7 times in a row, he finally picked up, and she very nonchalantly said, "Oh, hey, just want to see how you're doing." Ugh, really? Really? He felt so stupid at that moment. He wanted to throw his phone. She just wanted to make sure that she still had access. So I don't care how many times they call. I don't care if they call 100 times in a row. I don't care if they call 1,000 times in a row. Shut off your phone, block them, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, put your phone in another room. Do whatever you have to, but do not respond. They are being so childish by doing that. Because if it was truly an emergency, they would leave a message. They would text you and go, "Hey, this and this and this happened. Please call me." Or they will leave a voicemail. "Please call me, la 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 la." No, but instead, they know that they don't really have a good reason for calling. They just want, "Oh, just see how you're doing." Really? You called 100 times just to see how I'm doing? I don't think so. And I know you're going to have a burning desire to reply, because you think that you're the exceptions. Like, "Oh, I know what Lucia said, but it doesn't apply to me in this situation." Well, why not? What makes you so special? What makes you the exception? That's egotistical to think that you're the one exception and that your ex would never do that. But you're going to have to find out the hard way, the way that this woman did. And I don't want you to. But if you insist, hey, I can't stop you, right? So to recap, you don't respond to "How are you?" You don't respond to "Oh, you're not talking to me now?" And you don't respond when they call, and you don't answer back unless they leave a significant message. So now I want to hear from you. Has your ex contacted you and done one or more of these things? Did you respond? Or did you not respond? What happened? We all want to know, so we can all learn from each other, right? Okay, and in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, please go to theartoflove.net. The direct link is below. If this video has been helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.